only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Internet. My name is Cameron Davis. I'm joined by our good friend Oster here for Week 3 of Collegiate Star League Counter-Strike Global Offensive Fall 2017. Hello, Austin. How are we doing? Excellent, excellent. Whew. There you go. You're unmuted now. Hello. Now I can hear you. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
All right. This is good. It's a nice brisk day outside. Able to walk around, get some in. But now I'm inside where I belong. About to watch some Counter-Strike. Today the first game of the night is going to be between Virginia Tech and Penn State. Virginia Tech we know virtually nothing about since this is the first time they fielded. At least they didn't have one last year. They're only just now fielding a team with us. And then Penn State, though, did have a team last year, and they did have a little shaky of a start looking at their stats. They only went 2-5 in the fall, 5-2 in the spring. So, 5-2 is good, but starting with 2-5. But then they made it all the way to the round of 16 before losing Minnesota, so definitely exceeded expectations of them. Now it's time to see if they can continue to exceed expectations even further. They are currently 2-0. Virginia Tech 0-2. So I guess it's up to Virginia Tech right now to show if they really show what they can do this time around.
Yeah, really, do we know the teams that Virginia Tech played earlier this
Yes. If you give me a quick second, I can look at it.
Yeah, because I'm just curious because it'd be really interesting to see if they were losing against the really high-end, well-known teams or if they were losing against kind of the unknowns that we haven't really seen before.
Week 1, they lost 16-2 to Virginia Commonwealth, who are 1-1. And then week 2, they lost 16-11 to West Virginia University Esports, who are 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah, and Penn State White, they're 2-0 right now. They beat the Red Hawks and Duke's Gold. And both of them looking pretty convincing. What I find a little interesting about Virginia Tech's losses is that they lost 2-16 on Dust 2, which is widely known as one of the heavier aim-based maps, teamwork-based maps. You just try to bring your best fragging power, best game sense to it.
Yeah.
And they were only able to snag 2 rounds off of it, even though that's what it was kind of counting on. So going into Mirage, it's definitely, like we said last week, it's not one of those more, absolutely necessary team-based smoke-heavy maps. But it is going to be a bit of a challenge if they're not able to step up their play and bring it against the undefeated Penn State.
Yeah. It's definitely possible that, well, because they did get much more rounds when they were on train. Now this is not nearly a large enough sample size. Considering also, their opponents also are also factors as well. And so this, please don't quote me on this. This is not any sort of what's the word, like PhD thesis paper thing. But that information could lend itself that Virginia Tech are a lot more teamwork, CT sided particularly, but teamwork set up strategy based team rather than just they're not necessarily the best at shooting, but they can get good setups, which is Mirage is kind of somewhere in the middle. So who knows?
Yeah, I feel that Mirage is really I think that that's one of the reasons it's kind of becoming like, as many people are calling it, it's the Dust 3. It's getting so well played, so much more played between the group of maps that we have right now. And honestly, if that rumor of Dust 2 going out for the new Inferno is true, I think that Mirage is going to be the one that takes control just because it is such a good middle ground. It's
Yeah.
such a good balance between, execution heavy and just frag heavy. And, a team that's not very execution heavy can go against a team that's not very frag heavy, and you can have an extremely good game still. And I think that's one of the reasons that Mirage, like we said last week, is so interesting. And last week, even, we saw a close game on one of the halves and then just a blowout on the second half. So hopefully we can see a closer game than that here.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a little bit of an ask on the Virginia Tech side from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like if they go 0-3 in the start of a season, that alone could put much of a damper on the team's motivation.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that Virginia Tech probably isn't too down and out about their 2 losses so far, because the second one they lost 11-16.
Yeah.
And it was on Train, which, probably not the most widely played map in the book. But I think that they're really going to be able to bring it in here. I think that especially, I mean, Penn State too, if they're just looking at those win counts and they're thinking, oh, this will be a blowout game, and they get a little bit too confident going in, I mean, once again, it could just be a sweep from the Virginia Tech side. We really don't know, and I think the first few rounds will really show it to us.
Yeah, I do want to note they're entering the 9th round now, so the game should be starting before too long, but I do want to note that I don't remember the player, but there was a player that was using an R8 during warm-up, so it's possible that we may see that during the game. I just feel like that's I feel like that's something I should point out, because I'm excited to see if that's ever pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't really use the R8, but
no, it's terrible.
If he's practiced with it, knows how to.
He did get some good shots.
If he knows how to peek those corners pre-firing it, it could be a very influential weapon, especially on the mid-heavy Mirage. If he just peeks those corners with the R8 locked at the headshot, I mean, that could be devastating for the enemy side, the enemy team.
What is this knife round? No one's died yet. No one's even taken a point of damage because the teams are all splitting up. And it looks like they're actually trying to use, like, the timer's about to run out. Knife round, you're just supposed to run mid. What is this?
Well, it looks like the T's took the lead so far.
Oh,
we
nope.
got
the lead.
Right.
Oh, but Penn State won.
Wait,
because
what?
Well, no, because I guess they're CT side, so they auto win. What?
Oh, I think it's just a coin flip if nobody. That's a little dumb. It's a little bit dumb.
Okay, well, I guess.
Huh?
Okay, who's? Whatever. It does. They play both sides anyway, so nah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see which side they take here, though. You can tell they're thinking about it a little bit. Don't believe they locked it in yet. So you can tell they are currently thinking about it a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see which side they go for, and it looks like actually they're going to be swapping. Oh no, they selected CT. But why did I don't know. I don't really know what's going on right now.
You see, this is why we need
swapped.
This is why we need CSL LAN.
Yeah, why are we not at LAN right now?
Come on, do we not have we can't just get these college students out for a whole fly them out every week to our studio in Orlando, Florida? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, CSL. What's
No. Send them to the MLG Columbus Arena.
Exactly.
Whatever that one was.
You know what? Even better. We can just take out the E. We can just use the E arena. And what is this? Models on either side?
Let's just go borrow it.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. Okay.
Alright, so I want to see if they're gonna swap back or if this is. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Okay. I guess the names just didn't swap. So Penn State will be starting here on the CT side, which we're gonna be able to see what they have coming out here from their defense right away. So let's look at the buys from both teams. Currently, it's going to be a smoke on one player from the T's. Looks like armor and utility coming out from the terrorist side. Might be a little bit of an execute coming out. 5 armored players from the counter terrorists. So just going to be looking to hit those headshots. Not going to be trying to play for a retake here. 3 armored players for the T's, 2 utility players, and it looks like they're going towards the B site.
Stop.
Yeah, which is not what Penn State want, as they did have a little bit of 8 seconds in the beginning. But it's going to be Invicta right here, coming to first contact, gets the first headshot, trying to get more, gets a second before he finally falls to trigger. But that is definitely putting Penn State most momentum right now. Smoked out window. Bomb is up mid, coming into connector. It's going to be initiate right here at connector to stop them. Whew, they don't look his direction. Able to get one, get a second. And now that is just Intox left with the P250. Smoke already used, no armor bot. 1 versus 4. This is and not even a bomb on him to try and get a plant. This is a pretty done round for Penn State. Ooh, well, Intox is able to get one.
Yeah, and I think really the reason Penn State wins that round comes down to 2 main factors, and one was Invictified taking the risk, pushing down into the underpass area and finding those 2 opening headshots. And then as the terrorists try to recover it, go back up into A, they don't check the corner towards stairs, and 2 more frags come out, and unfortunately that's just the way the cookie crumbles. They're going to lose the pistol round. Going into the second round, going to be full Tech 9s from the terrorist side, and they look like they want to make this a fast A.
Yeah, we're going to full SMGs. This could be a pretty easy spray down. There's trades back and forth happening right now. Invictified getting another one for his team. Playing pretty far back for SMGs, but against Tech 9s may not be the worst of decisions. They are getting the shots finished out. Yeah, only losing 1 player. Definitely a good anti-eco from Penn State to go up 2-0.
Yeah, what I like there from Penn State is that they know that the Tech 9s are coming in. The first player falls to it, calls out, hey, they're coming in with Tech 9s. The rest of the players don't instantly aggress to try to get in the site, get close quarters. They play the range that they know they have with their UMPs, and they're able to just spray them down as they try to get the bomb down, and Virginia Tech only able to get 1 frag out of the round.
Yeah, now with 5 P250s, no armor, no utility at all. Virginia Tech, the chances of them getting a bomb plant this round are even lower than the previous 2 rounds where they all failed. And looks like they're going round A once again. 3 people up in apartments. Initiate's gonna be right here to get first kill, second kill. T's running through the smoke. Switch also coming around the corner. Just a spray down between those 2 players with Invictified coming in with the follow-up 5th.
Yeah, I mean, not really too much to expect there. Just P250s, but that was good coverage from the counter-terrorists because Invictified wasn't looking over towards Palace. So if he didn't have his teammate there covering for him, they really could have just wiped him out and, pretty much at least gotten a gun out of the round, maybe gotten a bomb plant, but that was good coverage from the counter-terrorist side. And now, are they going to be able to win the first gun round here against 5 AKs and pretty decent utility from the terrorist side?
Yeah, 3 SMGs staying on Penn State. Looks like they're pretty confident on at least getting in close. I don't know how well it's going to work, though, because they've been keeping those UMPs pretty far back, which against AKs is not what you want to do with them. No one has actually seen each other yet. We see Clunky just... Clunky? I'm going to call him Clunky. Is just holding mid to see if anyone aggresses onto him. Not trying to peek what they assume is an opera. Or maybe not an opera, at least someone mid. Oh, he's peeking out now. Smoked off as well. Well, he's about to smoke it off as we speak. But he didn't take any damage. He just has mid control. This is actually people pushing out. But Trigger, as well as Frozen, both actually on top of the... Why are you keeping on a dead body? On top of the rooftops there. Catch them off guard. And Invictified, I don't know if he knows that Commando is in there. But Switch pushes out again at A ramp. Again, gets 1 kill. Gets a second one. And that Invictified also took out Commando inside window. 4 on 2. They did lose him, remember? I didn't see when that happened. Switch pushing out. He's gonna. Oh, he sees the rifle bearers. So he'll easily take this character out. Now it's just character. Now it's just Clincher right now. He's going on the A side and he has the bomb. So if he runs now, he may be able to get a bomb plant. But this is going to be Invictified peeking bat out. Will be maybe able to see the cross. He's double scoped in. So Clincher could just walk below him. But no, this is Switch coming also give backup at mid. But he's not watching the right direction. Clunky needs to go fast, though, because he's got to get the bomb plant now. And that gave him away. Peeks out. Jeff takes the spray down, going down to 12 health, but he still lives in the end. They took out 2 members, but Penn State still come out with the lead.
Yeah, and an interesting decision there that I saw from them, which I actually like, is they kept 3 UMPs against what they knew was going to be a rifle buy. Because A, they had plenty of money to buy it, and it would get them more money if they won. And B, because out of the SMGs, I mean, the UMP is arguably the strongest. It has the highest armor penetration, and they know that they can get the kills with it. So they win the round, get themselves a good bit of bank off it, and Initiate doing what he can. Switch trying to hold off the 3-man push coming into the site, but Switch and Invictified gonna spray them down as they enter, and Trigger finally gonna be picked off by the pistol of Invictified. So, you know, quick cleanup round, what you'd expect from a Virginia Tech right after a rifle round. But now they have the money to get an op out. It's curious to see if they're going to go for it. They do actually get it onto in talks. So let's see if they are going to take it and try to get the fight against Invictified, because Invictified so far sitting 8-1. He's been doing phenomenal with it so far this game.
Absolutely. I want to see if Intox. Oh, but it doesn't look like they're going to challenge any sort of mid presence. They're all stacked up around A. Once again, looks to be a standard execute that should be coming out soon. Just going to be initiate right here with backup from Switch. Nothing coming in just yet. They smoked off. They're re-smoking A main. So that's going to stop the push from coming in. Oh, no, but the nades are being thrown in anyway. They must not have noticed it. And they're slowly aggressing onto the site. Commando trying to take a fight, and he loses. In the end, that's the rest of them all pushing in. Trades happening back and forth. Get me off of this body. Bomb hesitate to go down, though, and Switch is... Oh, bomb... Ooh! They did not check the corner, and that was initiate. Stop the bomb plant. Now it's 2-on-1. Just Intox left on the T side with the op. Jumping down... Oh, he's still up in Palace. It's your yellow friend that needs to peek out from jungle and not get shot. Not peeking out. He's actually gonna molly off CT ticket booth. Trying to find something. Shooting through walls. Peeks. Oh, does not get the flick. And your yellow friend finishes off the round. 6-0. So, I don't know if Virginia Tech wanted this start to try and answer their 0-2 start.
I mean, right now, Penn State playing very disciplined right now. You could see in that 2 versus 1, they knew he had an op, 1 bullet kills, so they just played back, played passive. They knew they had the bomb down. They knew they had plenty of time to work with. So they were just sitting back, waiting for him to make a mistake, and at the end, he had to be the one aggressing, and he was the one that got picked. So Penn State took their 6th round, and now Virginia Tech forced back down onto a bye, and Intox, instead of an op, going to be sitting on a Galil. So let's see if he can do anything with it this round.
Yeah, Virginia Tech taking it slow once again, holding back, waiting to see if anyone pushes in on them. There is Initiate, who's pushing forward very aggressively onto A main. Doesn't want to peek out too far now, though. He remembers what happened last time. Virginia Tech playing a little timid. No, it looks like they grabbed the bomb, and they may be taking it. Nope. The bomb is actually going back to T. Looks like they're going to go A with it. Yes, that is their final decision. A minute left. They still have a little time to work with, but they can't really go switching up their plans right now. Still creeping forward.
Yeah, and look at the setup Penn State's already had over towards the site. They have 3 players set up over here. Initiate just waiting by ramp, not playing as aggressive position anymore, but still in a perfect position to either set up a trade or trade after one of his teammates could see info. And at the same time, and Invictified actually was holding their jungle, but now starts to rotate, and as Switch rotates too, it might be deadly if the terrorists start pushing out towards the safe site, which they are.
Yeah, that was Intox trying to throw a fake, and they did pull the rotate, but they get the kill and rotate back fast enough before the bomb gets planted. That Switch getting a kill through the wall, 2 T's down already. Invictified actually pushing very aggressively through the smoke. It's a point-blank op shot before getting taken out by Frozen. So the bomb did get planted. And actually, it's a 2-on-2 now as your yellow friend got caught out with his knife out. Woo! Frozen's almost taken down through the wall. It's just Switch left, 2 versus 1. Virginia Tech have the site. Frozen is low, so this is definitely doable, but it's not going to come out in the end. Switch does fall, and Virginia Tech get their first round of the half.
Yeah, and it looked like there in the 1 versus 2, Switch was just a little overwhelmed. Didn't really have too much info to work with. The flash coming over just kind of threw him off. And wasn't able to connect the shot onto Frozen in the end. So Virginia Tech take their first round, but this is going to be a challenge for them, because if they can't string 2 rounds together here, Penn State going to be able to reset them and probably string together a few more rounds off it. And it looks like so far Virginia Tech armored up, rifled up as much as they can, 1 Galil and 1 ump, but as much utility as they have, and they look like they want to make it another A play.
Yeah. Intox putting a little pressure on the B side once again. Taking out to 41, though. Not dealing any damage. That nade's also going to miss. As we see your yellow friend pulling away from Van, taking a new angle. Initiate under Palace, unawares. Oh, nope. He heard that. He heard that reload. He knows that there is someone in Palace above him. While Intox is also pushing forward. Getting actually 1 kill on the B site. I don't know if he knows your yellow friend is still there, but that is going to be the T's all pushing in to the A site. They actually didn't check for initiate behind him. He gets the nice spray down from behind before getting taken out. Bomb does get planted in the smoke. 3 versus 2. So Virginia Tech have the man advantage once again. It's up to them to hold a side. And Intox is still here from the flank coming from mid. He is low though. And your yellow friend, if he peeks the corner at the right time. Oh, he didn't peek it long enough. Switch is able to get 1 kill. Now it's back to Switch alone once again. And Clunky from Sandwich finalizes that kill. So, Virginia do not get reset. Thankfully for them.
Yeah, and I mean, 2 things that won Virginia Tech that round was, A, the smokes on the site, which totally denied initiates trigger discipline, trying to spray down as many as he can. Smoke goes down, he doesn't know where players are, can't find the kills. But also Penn State, some of their players have been doing this thing where they try to take out their knives to run distances very shortly faster than, like, they really need to. It's a little bit of an insignificant thing, but it's lost them 2 players in these, like, crucial moments over the last 2 rounds. And if they continue to do it, those are the mistakes that can lose them the game. Virginia Tech already capitalizing off 2, and Intox taking out the first rifle on the Penn State side already. And if Penn State doesn't start to recover here soon, Virginia Tech could be tying it up.
That's 4 people. The rest of members of Penn State all a push up in the Palace with the UMPs. I want to say that Trigger and Frozen's actually hurt them though. Yeah, because Frozen is holding that angle and backing off after he gets 1 kill. So I guess they assumed that it was only 1 person. Maybe that was on purpose. Maybe Penn State, because Penn State did have 1 person very forward in the Palace and the 3 left behind. So maybe they tried to bait someone in to try and 1v1 and then end up 1v4ing. But it didn't work in the end as Frozen just decides to hold back and wait for Penn State to aggress on them, which is something that Virginia Tech are want to do. And it hasn't worked out the first couple of rounds, but it definitely worked out this time around. And it looks like they're going to go and take the B site. Nades happening mid. Intox. Ooh! Intox got shot at from connector. Turns around and takes out your yellow friend. That's going to be the last 2 remaining members of Penn State, all rotating into the B side before the bomb even gets planted, actually. They get 1 kill. Frozen gets out the rifle just in time. Gets the plant. Before that can happen, Clunky just takes out the last saving. Force buying Penn State.
Yeah, so I mean, Penn State goes for a gamble that round, hoping that with their UMPs, they stack 4 over towards the A site. Hope that the terrorists were going to be pushing that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, and Virginia Tech just takes an easy B-bomb site. And now, Penn State going for a little bit of a weird buy. Kind of a, looks like a split force, which, I don't know, I don't really agree with here. I think just save 1 more round, try to get a full buyout, but they are going to be taking this. Invictified going to take the shot against Intox and going to miss it. So a 4 versus 5, 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the clock, going into round 10.
Yeah, and this is mid-control for Virginia Tech. There is Trigger pushing up to the A site, lurking once again, trying to find some information, trying to find some damage, but he's smoked off, unable to find anything, and so he's just going to fall back, or at least pull back a little bit before putting his presence elsewhere. They're pulling back. They're all actually pulling back from mid, save for Intox to be there as a little lurky, as it seems that he is wont to do. And Virginia Tech looks like they're going to be going back to A, at least for now, all walking slowly, trying to hide their presence in case anyone is pushed up. They go into the A site now. It is going to be initiated with a 5-7, but no, Switch is actually rotating around. No, he's actually just hanging really back. They know that they have the disadvantage of weaponry. But Virginia Tech lining up. Looks like they're getting their smokes in, everything ready. I think we have to fly in. Yep, smoke's flying in. Standard A take. Flash goes in. But they're moving in slowly. It's a little weird. That's allowing Switch to smoke himself through the smoke? I don't know what that was. I think he's just throwing smoke to try and cause some confusion. He jumps through. Gets 1 kill. Gets a second up in Palace. Oh, but he turns around. Turns his back on the enemy. And now evens it up 2 versus 2 with the bomb plant down. Commando using the last smoke on his team. Smoke off CT, pulls out, gets 1 kill. It's just Jeff left, and he gets crossfired down. Frozen getting the last.
Yeah, and I mean, just an unfortunate situation.
Oh! Oh! Did you see that?
I did not.
Frozen tried to pick up the op, but he double tapped his drop weapon, and so he threw his AK, then threw the op, and couldn't run over to pick it up before the round reset. And so he not only lost the op, but also his own AK.
So a little unfortunate for White Jeff there in the end. I mean, he turns around, does actually peek against the enemy, but they have a crossfire set up and also doesn't fully peek under the under scaffold area. So loses that, and Virginia Tech against just pistols right now, looking primed to take their 5th round in a row. And if Penn State doesn't get back into their game soon, they could be looking at losing this half.
Yeah, so this is... I didn't expect Virginia Tech. Well, I won't say I didn't expect it, but I am a little surprised that Virginia Tech coming back 4-0. It looked like a shoddy start. You got to lose the first 6 rounds, but they're coming back strong, and with Penn State on a save like this, you should expect a 5-6. This is going to be.
And they're still playing it. They're still playing it slow, playing it carefully, waiting to see where exactly Penn State are playing towards. Still giving them that respect because they know they can hit their shots in the situations, and the 5-7s are still nothing to laugh at.
No.
So still playing it slow, playing together, which I really like, not getting too cocky. And Switch actually almost takes a kill, but again, that teamwork coming through. And it looks like Virginia Tech going to just be looking to mop up another round really quick.
Yeah, Frozen and Clunky were both taken low, so unfortunate for Penn State they couldn't finalize those kills, deal a little bit more economic damage to Penn State to Virginia Tech before buying up next round. But now it's just your yellow friend trying to get some exit frags, trying to get at least one. Probably not gonna get more than one, if any. But yeah, it's gonna be a 5th round for Virginia Tech.
Three heavily damaged players, but not able to connect on any of the frags that round. Penn State, I believe, yes, next round's going to be another bye round. If they lose this one, it's not looking good for them this half because Virginia Tech, if they're able to get too much more economy swinging for themselves, already 2 players around 6K, if they're able to just build up that bank, Penn State's going to have to do a lot of work to reset them, and they can't afford it this late in the half.
Yeah.
So... Yep, so going to be going into round 12 here. Virginia Tech looking to tie it up. Penn State looking to prevent that lead from going away. Intox versus Invictify going to be coming out again. I wonder if he's going to try to change up his position, try to, maybe take that fight against the entries onto the sites. Looks like he just wants to take it towards mid, and this might be a mistake, as now Virginia Tech looking for a 5-man execute over towards the A site with just initiate and switch on the site and switch looking over towards underpass.
Intox pushing aggressively in Palace with his op, trying to maybe get a peek at jungle or just waiting for someone to aggress on them. They got these A executes to work. It was a little shoddy at first. I am still a little worried though about how slow they move in on the executes. But it's going to come in anyway, so let's see if they can do it once again. Initiate, holding a really far back position this time, trying not to get caught out by too many T's rushing on him. He's actually going to let them get onto the side. Ooh, 2 op trades back and forth. And Trigger able to take initiate once he peaks, but it's still trades happening right now, going to the favor of Penn State just barely. And Invictus actually pushing through the smoke with very low health. Dies because of that, but now it's just your yellow friend left. 1 versus 2. Bomb is to go down. He heard the plant, so he's peeking out. He actually gets the spray onto Trigger. Peeks out and finalizes the kill onto Commando. The bomb plant didn't even go down. Your yellow friend with 6 health left clinches that for his team.
Yeah, but you got to talk about Invictified there for a second. I mean, he gets tagged down a ton of times. I think at the end there, he was sitting on 2 HP. Just keeps re-peeking through that smoke, keeps trading those frags, forcing Virginia Tech into more and more closer situations, 2 versus 2, and then into the final 2 versus 1. Invictified really was pushing to trade his teammates' lives there, and honestly, that type of play pretty much won them the round outside of the pretty fantastic clutch there from your yellow friend.
Yeah, it is important to note that while Penn State did win that round, the amount of damage dealt to them means that they don't even have a full time this time around. Invictified with a scout, initiate with a UMP. And actually, there's another be AXQ coming in. Trade still happening on the side of Penn State. Initiate, just barely doesn't stop the bomb from planning. 3 versus 4 though, and this is going to be the CTs all coming on the side. Invictified pushing very aggressively with the scout actually up on stairs. And the rest of the T's are all pulled pretty far away from the bomb. And that's going to be the rest of Virginia Tech all sprayed down. Penn State only losing 1 player before defusing.
And I mean, you gotta look at Penn State. I mean, Switch there, just saying, oh, I have an AK now. I can go and hit heads, and instantly shuts down the 2 first entries onto the site. even in that 2-minute advantage, the rest of the team converges in, and it looks like Penn State's starting to adapt to this A-side take, so it's interesting to see whether or not Virginia Tech will send this op over towards a different part of the site, maybe try, or a different part of the map, maybe try to open it up, and it looks like he's going to go towards B, so we might see a B execute from the Virginia Tech side this round.
Or there are 2 A members, but they're doing their whole thing where they just hang out here, see if everyone pushes on them. And that's 2 of the 2 T's mid, and then Intox by himself in apps with an op, as you mentioned earlier. Ooh! Through the smoke, just barely misses that kill, and now they know that the op is around the B site. Everyone else in the team, though, just holding back and waiting for CTs to aggress. That nade's going to do a little bit of damage. Ooh, Clunky, though, actually does finally find a CT aggressing on him. Probably the first time that's ever actually happened this. Or second time if you include A main this game. They do have the man advantage now, and this is going to push them over towards the A site for yet again another execute. Intox trying to keep some people there onto the B site, maybe pull a rotate or 2. And that are these last 2 CTs here. Playing far back onto the A side. Now the smokes and flashes are coming once again. The Molly's going to stop and we're pushing out from Palace. But it's 3 T's rushing in onto the site. Bomb is now finally coming in, and they're not on the site proper yet. They're checking their corners, playing it slow, but there's no smoke off at CT. That allows Invictified to get in, get 2 spray downs before he is eventually smoked off. T's are answering back a little bit, but it's just Intox and Commando versus 3 players of Penn State. Bomb has yet to get planted and is actually dropped in the middle of the site, away from the last 2 rounds. And with 9 seconds left on the clock, Virginia Tech just need to hope that they don't die and save these rifles.
Yeah, and I mean, that round just ended up being exactly what you were talking about earlier. They just took so long to get onto the site after, oh, nice 2 shots from Fox there.
Oh, no, Intox, don't peek!
Oh,
okay.
Nice 3K. Actually, that's going to do a good bit of economic damage to Penn State White, but
so
going into
risky.
the final round, it doesn't really matter that much. But just like you were saying, they took way too long to get onto the sites. They placed their smokes down. They had the execute ready, but they delayed for 7-8 seconds, and by that time, the CTs have already rotated their players around, have the crossfire set up, and we're just ready for the push to come in. So Virginia Tech timing might be a little bit off here, and that looked like that might lose them both that round, or it did lose them that round, but I wonder if it'll screw them up as they go into the CT side.
Well, luckily the CT side, the timing is all on the terrorists, so they don't have too much to say. Well, actually, retakes.
Yeah, rotation timing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll have to see. There's Virginia Tech once again. Another standard A execute. I think they've done this maybe 12 of the 15 rounds.
Yeah, looking a little repetitive by this point, but here it comes again.
See if they can't move in faster. No, look, like 3 people all stalled up on A main. Smokes are already placed. They're gonna run out. We see Jeff coming in, execute. Invictified and Intox both getting killed for themselves with their ops. But the T's have yet to actually get onto the site. Bomb plant just now goes down. Invictified pushing very aggressively, getting a no-scope before getting taken out by Trigger. But that's your yellow friend pushing up from CT. Smoke fades right when he rounds the corner, able to get a kill onto Trigger. 2 versus 2 left. Bomb planted. Oh, but yellow friend gets caught out jumping on top of Ticket Booth. It's just Jeff right now. He knows Intox is there. He's trying for Intox to peek him, run into his crosshair. Oh, yeah, he saw that barrel. Pushes out, gets 1 kill. He needs to get the defuse, though. He's running out in time, and Intox is watching the angle. Oh! Almost finalizes that kill. He's going to tap it a second time. No, he's going to hold. He's going to flash. He doesn't have a smoke, so he can't ninja. The flash isn't good enough. Intox finalizes the kill, so that's going to be the 7th round for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and I mean, just good play from Intox there, not giving up his life, because as you could see, Jeff was really hunting for that kill. And if he was able to get it, that probably would have been the 10th round for Penn State. But good play from Intox, not giving away his, not giving away his life, not over peeking into that. He knew the angles that he could play. He knew that the terrorist had to get on the site, or the counter. He knew that the counter terrorist had to get on the site to defuse the bomb, and just played it almost perfectly there.
Ooh, Intox actually throwing some shade in chat against his own team.
Ooh.
As he is 17 and 10, and second place is 11, but it's not too different of a story if you look on Virginia Tech, where it's switching to Victified, both 16-12, 16-10. And then it's 11-7-7.
Yeah, but I mean, going into the CT side, it's really going to be a question of if Penn State can actually pull it out. Because honestly, in the first half, I'd argue to say that Virginia Tech was looking better aim-wise. Because Penn State, they
fair.
were able to capitalize off the delayed pushes, which, I mean, is easy to do once you have multiple people set up in those crossfires. But outside of a few like Invictified and like Switch, who came up big as well, Initiate, it's looking like Virginia Tech, if they are just going to be sitting on these sites holding off and just able to take those aim duels, I think it might favor Virginia Tech going into the second half here.
Well, Penn
Now-
State are 2-0 for a reason. We'll have to see
Yeah,
what
and
that
we're going to
reason
see if
is.
they can do it again here. It looks like they're going to be going for a little bit of an execute, switch on utility, 3 armored clears from Virginia Tech, a little bit of utility, and Intox on a kit, so going to be able to retake, but so far it looks like Penn State going to be looking at a 5-man execute over towards the B site.
The pushing department's right when Virginia Tech get ready. 2 people lined up, actually. Commando gets the first kill on Evictidide with the headshot with the USB. Rest of the T's are streaming through. Actually, all coming out in a single choke point. That's how when Frozen get 2 kills before he falls. Commando gets another one, and it's just Initiate. 1v1. Who's going to win? Oh, Initiate. He's running away right into more CT members. Commando B finishes the kill with a 3K.
Yeah, and the T's just walk right into the stack there. I mean, so many players and so many odd angles. You could see Frozen's just completely caught them off guard, close range, able to claim 2 kills, and then his teammates instantly know where the rest of them are. So it was just really a frag fest from the Virginia Tech side. And Penn State looking to buy up pistols this round and looking like they're going to be trying that B take again.
I just
So
hope
let's
some
see
of
if
them
they
jump
can do
up.
something different here.
Yeah, I just hope some of them jump out the window, because you can't all come out through one single choke. That's how you got, killed, because you're running into your own teammates, running into bodies. You can't move that freely, and you're all in one straight line for Virginia Tech to just spray down. Looks like they're taking a little slow this time around. Switch pushing forward. Ooh, running through Molly actually, and even gets hit by an HE4. He's into smoke, but Frozen's he holds on the left trigger and gets 2 kills, a third with his fire. Commander B, and with backup also on the way. Frozen gets a 4th through the smoke. Can he get the ace? Jeff flashes himself, tries to get away in the corner. Oh, he actually takes out Frozen, stops his reign of terror. Commander B gets revenge with the MP7.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so far, it's looking like Frozen's might have heard you there near the end of the first half, trying to prove that Intox isn't the only one that can put up the 17 kills. And honestly, that hold towards B is getting pretty deadly right now for the Penn State side. So, gonna be in another pistol round here. No real reason to try anything too round winning, because only Glocks, not a high percentage chance to win against rifles.
Well,
But next round, it's gonna be a real question of what they're gonna do.
Yeah, here is Penn State going to do their own version of your standard A execute. They do have 3 smokes to do it, and see how fast they rush onto the site once. 2 of them are already thrown, but it looks like they're pulling away. And but then all coming in through Palace? Rushing through smokes. This is going to be clunky. Getting 1, getting 2. Actually running under the smoke. Oh, cannot get a 3rd though, as he is crossfired from Firebox and under Palace. Intox gets a 2nd for himself, and once again, it is just Initiate by himself. He is able to pick up a UMP, but he's behind Firebox. He's all trapped. Can't really get anything, and then sprayed through the box from 2 angles. Finally falls.
Yeah, so I mean, 2 kills there with only Glocks pretty much. Wasn't too bad of a round. They were looking to get that bomb down. Doesn't look like they were able to do it though. So, gonna be the first rifle round coming out from Penn State, and it looks like actually Clunky is gonna be buying up of an op, and it doesn't look like he's dropping it to Intox. So, first time we've seen him on the op all game, and let's see if he can make an impact with it.
He did get a good spawn.
Yeah, but so far not looking likely, as the terrorists are heading over towards that B site.
Yeah, so it looks like his spawn and where he's holding right now, it's a weird place. It looks like he was just trying to get there and beat anyone from Penn State to the rush, try and get that pick. But that didn't happen, so now he's just going to hold connector, give some backup to Intox. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually swap weapons sometime in this half. But Commando B pushing aggressively up Cat, doesn't find any information though. As Penn State holding back, waiting for him to push up onto them, similar to how we saw Virginia Tech do it in the first half, though Jeff and Switch, well, Jeff is in underpass, Switch up in apps. No one's found a pick yet. No one's seen each other yet also. So no team has any information other than where they know the enemy team is not. Which is valuable to an extent. Penn State actually
now
moving back to A.
looking to fake this over towards the A site. And now actually we might be able to see Clunky do something with this op because it looks like they're coming right towards his crosshairs.
Switch, throwing a few nades, trying to do a little bit of presence there. Yeah, he's throwing some flashes, throwing some nades, trying to maybe pull any CTs or at least delay any pushes. But yeah, Penn State pushing in. They got the smokes, so he's going to push straight in through the enemy smokes, going in quickly. So this is what we like to see on an AXU. Moving a little slow though, as they saw Trigger pull behind those boxes, and once he peeks out once again, they take him out. And this is a slow retake from Virginia Tech, and with Switch in mid. As the lurker, he peeks out, gets one kill, gets a second as he got missed by an op. And just frozen in Commander B. Woo, Switch peeks out with the spray down, gets a third. Just Commander right now, and he's smoked off, and T's watching that smoke from multiple angles. Look, he's going to pull back and save this from Moss. As his team is pretty... Well, no. He has a lot of money. But the rest of his team's a little low. But if he saves this, he could probably toss it to Clunky. And they could probably force up. And Tox and Trigger may have to stay on pistols. But it's not a terrible buy, all things considered. That's going to be 9-9 Penn State.
I believe
Nope,
it's
10-9.
10-6.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't count.
I don't like to bash players too much, but I think honestly, Clunky, like in a perfect position, 2 very easy frags go his way, just not able to hit the shots, and that honestly was the main point where they could have turned the entire round around, but unfortunately not able to hit the shots with the op, and Penn State just able to come out and dominate the site. I don't think they even lost a player that round. So, you know, very dominant performance over towards A, and honestly, I'd kind of like to see Intox back on the op because we saw him starting to come up huge on a lot of Virginia Tech's rounds with the op, and it seems just like he is a little more confident, able to just, you know, put himself into the places where the op can succeed. Funky's trying to do that, but they've kind of gone towards the opposite site, which is just a bit unfortunate for him. But so far this round, 4 versus 5, initiate at 50 HP, and just going to be rifles here against the AKs and the op on Switch.
Yeah, as we saw earlier, Commando B pushed up mid and ended up running into 2 Ts hanging out around jump puzzle? What is that spot called where you run up into apps from T-spawn with the ramp?
I just call it the apps entrance.
Okay, apps entrance with the TV. Runs into 2 of them and gets taken out. So he knows that they're actually more on the B side, and that did pull Intox over onto the B, but he's pulling out now as no take has actually happened yet. And, you know, they're worried. He wants to be a little bit of a good rotating position just in case it is an A execute, which, looking where the bomb is going, once again it is. 2 smokes come in this time. So that is that's one position that's not going to be covered out. But Invictified pushes in very aggressively, way ahead of his teammates. Throws an HE grenade to do a little bit of damage to Clunky, and even sprayed through the box. Gets the kill once, Clunky gets 1, so that's a trade back and forth. Ooh, and Intox, though, he's coming up big with the M4. Gets 2 kills. Invictified's trying to answer back in the middle of his own. 10 seconds left. They gotta get the bomb plane. Invictified is the only one left. No, it's him and a teammate. Actually, all stacked up together. Bomb plane does finally go down. 2 on 2. Let's see if Intox can't get any more kills. Nope, Jeff takes him out easy. It's going to be Frozen's left, and they know where he is. Setting up a crossfire. Victified there in sandwich to watch the cross. And he just turns his back, tries to flip around, but too bad.
Yeah, I mean, Frozen's, I don't think he really had too much info. I don't think his teammates really knew where the players were other than the one over towards Firebox. So just took a little bit of a gamble that no one would be towards Sandwich. Loses the gamble, but that's just the way it goes. But Penn State finally starting to get back into a little bit of a lead here. Full AKs from him, and it's a full reset from Virginia Tech. So only pistols aside, or only base pistols aside from the Deagle and P250. So all pushing together over towards the A site, just looking to go as a unit, try to get a few frags, but looks like unless a miracle happens, it's probably going to be Penn State's round.
Everybody's over here. He sees them all coming up, gets a little bit of damage, gets 1 kill. Is actually holding his ground. It's a bit questionable of decision. She ends up falling without any teammates to back him up. But their scout in the form of Switch is up ahead. Ooh, Commander B actually a nice headshot to get the second kill. But they know the B side is open, so they just hightail it there. Get the bomb plant down. Now it's just Frozen and Commando left, and they're both very, very low. Looks like they're just... Frozen has an AK, so it looks like they're just going to go back and try and save that Commander B for backup and be able to run it as a sacrifice if need be in order for them to keep that rifle. But this is not sure. It's going to be the 12th round for Penn State.
Did you see where the second AK went? Because
No.
they killed the first guy. Where did that AK go?
Oh, Commander B is trying to get it right now, actually.
Oh, is he? Oh, is it
I think
the
so.
guy further in?
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought they just.
I thought he
like,
was.
would save
Yeah,
it.
I thought he was actually a little closer up, unless someone else took the AK and died farther into apps. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good question. I
that's
don't know where the AK went.
Oh, unfortunate for Commando.
He didn't
but-
have anything. It didn't matter.
Yeah. So it looks like Virginia Tech gonna be able to buy back up here, but this round's actually extremely important for them. If they don't win it, it's gonna be Penn State most likely getting up onto their 14th round. So gonna be a little bit of a tall situation for them, and they recognize this. They're gonna call attack timeout. Use this time to maybe just discuss what's been going on. Try to figure out, what they need to do to kind of hold off against this offense from Penn State. And so far, I think really they just need to, adjust their defaults and work on getting into crossfire situations a little bit better, because we've seen numerous times over towards the A site on those oh so successful hits that Penn State's been sending their way. It's a very similar setup to what Penn State actually did on their CT side, where they kept initiate there alone. Clunky is mainly the one sitting on A alone for Virginia Tech. And unfortunately, Penn State's doing a great job at just, pretty much keeping him from being able to shut down the push at all. Usually he'll either get one frag and the info, or he'll just get instantly picked. So it's pretty much a question of, are they going to adjust to that play, or are they going to try to keep it and just rotate in another player to assist him as the pushes come in?
I am not as critical, but still a little critical in Penn State's A play. It seems like, oh, why do they keep spinning? Please stop putting on someone who's spinning. I'm gonna throw up. They're not as slow. They're not as slow as Virginia Tech, but I feel like they could go faster. I feel like they're too afraid on jumping ahead. It's a matchmaking, like solo queue matchmaking mindset, where you don't trust your teammates, so you want to make sure that you're alive to get kills. And so, but the best ways to take sites like A in this situation is to run forward, and even if you die, your team is set up in a way that they can trade, because the faster you go, the sooner you get the bomb down before the CTs are there. So they just need to, I guess, get into the mindset of, it's okay if I die, because my team is going to be there to trade the kill. And then that's gonna if you really never see more than 2 CT players on the actual site. If you have the proper smoke set up, that'll isolate the people who are playing at ticket booth or jungle. And then that's maybe usually one person, sometimes 2, especially if someone pushes through the smoke, but usually only one person on the A site itself. So as long as you trade 1 for 1, that's 4 people, 4 terrorists on the site, and no CTs, easy bomb plant, easy enough hold, 4 versus 4. Especially you have mollies and flashes that also keep that retake from happening.
Yes, but part of the reason that they have been going slowly onto the sites is because as they start to entry, the Virginia Tech side has just been using their utility to keep them out. They'll either be mollying right in front of the smoke so the terrorists can't push out, or they'll be flashing, and obviously you're not going to rush out while you're flashed. And then after that, they rotate in the players, and Penn State knows players are being rotated in, so they want to get that info, which delays their push, and sometimes it hurts them, but so far this half, from what we've seen the last 3 rounds, it hasn't been hurting them enough to lose them any rounds.
Fair enough. That's 2 buys, and so as we mentioned earlier, this is a very pivotal round. Looks like they're going to go on their A tick once again to Victified, just watching for anyone push aggressively up. Looks like they want to get this take going as quickly as possible. That looked to be a failed smoke, actually, on the CT side. Nope, looks like they're waiting to see if anyone pushes up onto them. This weight of information is biting them a little bit, I think, because as you mentioned, Virginia Tech has the utility to retake this. Oh, it's Trigger and Backup. Actually, who is that? And Clunky. Both flashing themselves out, trading 1-for-1 on them through A main. But that's actually going to prompt switch and initiate push up very aggressively from Palace. That Molly's going to push. Who is that? Push Clunky away. But that's actually them falling back. Looks like they're going to go either towards mid or B now with it. Hopefully that threw enough chaos into Virginia Tech to make them a little unsteady, a little unsure of themselves. And that's going to be the bomb pulling all the way through apps, going a little slow, waiting for switch to come and back them up. They also want to make sure they're not caught out and they give Virginia Tech the least amount of time for rotates. But if they don't go now, there's going to be more people coming back. It was the Intox kind of pushing back towards the B site as well as Frozen. But they're going onto the site right now. It is only Mando B by himself. But he's able to actually have enough of a presence trading 1-for-1 to stop the bomb plant from coming down before his team is there to back him up. Get me off of this body. Initiate finally now. Gets the bomb plant. 2 versus 2. Last 2 remaining members are in market. That smoke's going to stop them from peeking through. Clunky and Impact's both pushing through the exit. Looks like, I don't know what they're trying to. Oh, no, they're stacking. Trying to stack Intox, but he can't see over the smoke or through it. Oh, the smoke is fading now. He tries to get a flick, but cannot hit it. Looks like they're going to rush very, very aggressively in. They are running out of time. They have kits, though, and Intox actually swatches through a UMP. Doesn't matter, though, because Switch takes him out. Picks up a new AK for himself as well.
Yeah, unfortunate for Intox there. Picks up UMP. It's got like 2 bullets left. Not able to hit the first headshot. But honestly, I don't know why Virginia Tech only kept 1 player over towards the B site. They knew that there were players outside A. They had that 1-for-1 trade. But even after that, they still just seemed committed to the idea that take was going to come onto the A site. And they kept only Commando B alone with a UMP over towards the B site. And I'm really just baffled as to why they do that, because that 1 player with, I believe it was the weakest gun on their team, was just bombarded with the remainder of the T side, and he really wasn't able to do too much.
I mean, he did a good job on stopping, on giving his team enough time to rotate in, but that 2-on-2 did not work out in Virginia Tech's favor. ZBT's actually shooting onto the site. We've got a Molly in, and Switch, ooh, does not get the kill. And Commando also from behind gets the second kill for his team. He is finally smoked off and has to fall back, but with 2 kills already, and Penn State wounded. Oh, run into Clunky, but he actually, unfortunately, isn't able to get any surprise kills. So that's 1 casualty for Virginia Tech, but that is still a man advantage that they have and will continue to control until they lose another player, because that's how man advantages work. Also, Penn State are a little weak too, so they need to make this next hit, because they only have 40 seconds. They can't really do any more redos. They need to make this next hit work. They're stacking outside of A main, waiting for anyone to push up onto them. But Virginia Tech are holding strong, holding 2 on each site, giving away mid control. But when you know they only have 3 people, that's not that big of a deal. Especially when you just want to stop the bomb plant from coming in. 20 seconds left. It's going to be Jeff taking point. Pushing in, taking a little slowly. That footstep was her. Trigger caught out just through a nade. Couldn't get his gun out in time. Intox, though, getting another kill to trade it back. 8 seconds left. They have to get the bomb plant down now. And Intox peeks out, gets a double spray to finish the round. And actually stops Virginia Tech's economy from going into the shitter.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Invictified, he was going for the plant there. Jeff was trying to cover him from the CT area, and in another world, I'm sure he hits that shot, and it goes into a 2 versus 2 situation, but unfortunately, doesn't end up that way for the Penn State side. And now Virginia Tech starting to fight their way back in this, and if they're able to win this round, they will break the economy of Penn State, so it's going to be an important round for both teams, because whichever one loses will be forced down onto at least an eco, if not pistols.
Mm-hmm. And if...
Nope. So, yeah, going into the 24th round, 13-10, and Virginia Tech's really got to win this round.
Yeah, because if Penn State do win this, and Virginia going to eco, that's Penn State's going to be on 14th round. That's an easy enough 15th round to get, and that's just not a situation Virginia Tech want to have themselves put in. But Penn State taking this slow once again. It's worked out reasonably well past couple of rounds. That's why they've maintained the lead. Actually, it's been 4-4 both times this lead, so they only had that lead carried over from the first half. But in any case, they're going over to B. They're just now getting smoked out, though, with a minute left. This could be a little problematic. I don't know if they heard any T presence up in apps, though. But that is going to be clunky, rotating over to the B site. Oh, that's why. Because Trigger's pushing through and he's found nothing. They know it's going to be a B hit now, and it is just now coming in. Jeff pushing through. Molly. Oh! Frozen's gets a nice kill with the mag. Get me off of these bodies! Switch pushes forward, gets multiple kills. Trades back and forth, though. 3 versus 2. Initiate brings it down just to Trigger left. He's got the MP7. He has to clinch this for his team because of all the reasons we talked about earlier. They do not. Like 14th round is very, very, very hard round to come back from. But he's not able to get the kill. He's the wrong ring. SMG does not work. Down. And down he goes. 14-10. And Virginia have no money.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that might be the ceiling point of this game. Unless Virginia Tech can pull something off with these pistols, Penn State's going to be on the 15th round, and even so, they're going to be forcing up here. So not even going to be playing for overtime. So unless Virginia Tech's able to pull off something with these SMGs and FAMASs and a deal and a 5.7, Penn State probably looking to win this game.
And Dog's pushing forward with 5.7. He catches an initiate. Flashed out, taken down to 7% health. Pushed around the corner. Able to finalize that kill with his teammate. Though one did get traded elsewhere around the map. He's just frozen right now with the FAMAS. Just stop him pushing onto the B side. Able to get one, but has to reload. Pull his USP, does not get a second. But 2 versus 2. Virginia Tech are doing pretty well on this save, or somewhat forced round. Pick up an op and a deagle. That's all they had left to try and retake this. That smoke is gonna just, try and be a little bit of distraction. Throw a little bit of chaos. Allow him to retake the site a little easier. Intox with the op. He wants to get a kill. He knows there's a player at Van. Then Jeff, takes out Trigger. Trigger not able to hit the shot with his deagle. Intox, just go and save this. You can't win this round. Go and save and play for overtime. It's not working. He's running out of time. 5.7 doesn't do that much damage from range. Yeah, okay, now he's going to go back and save. Thank you! Down to 6 health. Finally gets the idea.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really know why Intox keeps trying to take those picks against the players over towards the B site there at the end. No kit on him. He only knows the location of one of the players, so even if he gets that pick, the other player will just play passive. But I do like that Virginia Tech tried to go for some aggression up mid, got those 2 picks, and was actually able to recover an op. If this op can come up huge, we could see them try to start making the comeback over towards overtime, but Intox is going to have to start hitting his shots, and right now, not in a great position to do it, as it's only Trigger right now, getting very aggressive in Palace, and loses the fight against Invictified.
Yeah, and when Kalunki pushes forward mid and finds no one at the top, this is going to signify to him and his team that's going to be another A hit, as we see the rest of the teammates all coming through. Frozen's going to Ticket Booth. We have 2 members in Window and Jungle, and then Clunky with the 5.7 on stairs. But I don't know if Penn State actually saw that, because they're pulling back and looks like they're going to... No, they're staying at... No. Where are they going? A little bit of indecision. Decide to stay at A. What are they doing? Looks like they don't even... No, the bomb's going away. Bomb is passing through spawn. Looks like they're actually going to fake out this A execute. There are 3 people there, ready to throw. Yeah, nades were thrown, smokes were thrown, trying to keep those Virginia Tech players onto the A site at least for a little bit. But the bomb is still far distance from the B site, and Commander B doesn't, he gets taken out, doesn't really do any damage. That's going to be the information that Virginia Tech need to know that it's going to be a B hit. 5 versus 3, it's a little bit real daunting of a situation, actually. Penn State are on their 15th round. But they are here just in time to maybe stop the plant. No, it looks like the plant is going to finally go down. Clunky gets, they actually all just get sprayed down. Never mind. Wasn't going to be as an epic of a fight as I expected.
At the end there, I mean, Virginia Tech, they give up the B-bomb site, but that's really what they had to do, because with only pistols in that situation, you kind of had to go for the gamble. Penn State reads it, throws the fake, goes over towards B. Commando B in another world might have been able to, if the timing, which was just unfortunate, peaks right as they're starting to push in. If he was just, a little delayed by the cosmic powers that be, he might have been able to spray down a few, turn that round back into Virginia Tech's favor, but unfortunately doesn't work out. And Penn State with a convincing win in the second half, 16-10.
Yeah, so congratulations. They're up 3-0, and Virginia Tech start off this season 0-3. Not a score line anyone wants to see. So very unfortunate for them, as we see the placings here on your screen right now of Division East 2. That's going to be Virginia Tech tied for last place with James Madison. And it just now turned away, so I couldn't really give you any sort of synopsis of the top teams right now. But that is still Penn State holding the top position. It's only the third week in. They only played 3 games. There is still enough room for movement, particularly when we come into the spring season before summer playoffs. But interesting game. The teams actually seemed to play very similar styles. Both had a heavy focus on A. Both were criticized by us for taking those takes very slow. But yeah, it's interesting though, because as you said at the halftime, Austin, Virginia Tech did seem to be the better aimers, and even after seeing the second half, I still kind of want to agree with you for that. But Penn State, just with a little better communication, a little better teamwork, got the bomb plants on the A side easier and kept it, and were able to keep it because of that, able to clinch the win.
I mean, just like you were saying, it just looked like Virginia Tech. The first few rounds looked pretty convincing, but once they started getting onto the rifle rounds, they started getting a little bit confused as to what they wanted to do to set up for these sight takes against Penn State. And they never really went for the abandoned mid, just try to play on the sight strategy. They kept putting, I believe it was like 2 players per round over towards the mid, or just went for a 2-1-2. And they just weren't able really to shut down the pushes, and they just started losing the 1v1s, and Penn State was able to capitalize.
Well, good game, both teams. That is going to be it for us tonight, unless, Austin, you have any final words?
Oh, just a good game to watch. I mean, at the start, you'd think that Penn State was going to just blow it out if they got the pistol, but Virginia Tech was able to tie it up and gave us an interesting game to watch in the second half.
Yeah,
and the end of the first.
Yeah, I mean, disappointed that they're now 0-3, but close games, and if they keep this up, maybe this is their first time at least playing with us together as a team. So maybe they're still just getting their whole teamwork and everything sorted out, and so it's definitely potential for them to grow a lot as a team and become better before the end of the season. But as I said, that's going to be it for us. There is going to be another game later tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And that is between... Who is that between? Do you know who that's between? Hey, it's on the schedule right now. UCLA versus UC Berkeley, I believe it was. But I'm going to let that rotate just to see who that is. But yeah, so definitely come back for that. I have heard that there may be a special guest. I don't know. Maybe that's not true. So yeah, so UCLA versus UC Berkeley. Be back for that. Thank you, everyone. I'm Cameron Davis. This is Osto. We will be back again next week as well as Saturday of this week, so definitely be there.
Ben, Sam, and Ken are on separate journeys to defeat the menacing Vile Dragon. But let's just say luck isn't on their side. If only there was a way for them to find each other and band together. Well, that's why there's Band. It's a mobile app that allows people to come together using common interests. With Band, you can find fellow gamers, chat, schedule gaming sessions, and conduct polls. Stage epic battles with friends while sharing videos and photos along the way. So try Band today. Band. Be together.